Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum. Okay, today we are going to learn how to sketch this, how to draw this. Now notice, you are familiar with the A, B and C. You have studied how each of them affect the sine or cosine graph individually. But now, what happens if I were to combine them? Now let's revise. What is the effect of A? A cause your graph to be stretched vertically. Remember? Either vertical stretch or vertical compression. So vertical. The B. Okay, what does B do to your graph? It stretches, not vertical, but stretches either horizontal compression or horizontal stretch. Okay? And lastly, the plus C. What does the plus C do to your graph? The plus C move your graph up or down. Okay? Remember all of that? Okay, I hope you do. So now, so right now, we combine everything. So when we combine everything, how to draw? Which one to start first? Okay? So I'll show you. There are only 3 steps. 3 simple steps. Takes time, but surely you can do it again. The first step, okay, when you want to draw this. Okay, first step, you draw a simple y equals to a sine x. Okay, not dx, but sine x. So what it means is, what is the effect of a on sine x? So we draw the first effect first, the effect of a first. After you have drawn this, then step 2. You draw the effect of B on whatever you drew in step 1. So there are a lot of graphs to be drawn up, okay? Step by step. Step 1, draw A sine x, the effect of A first. After you have drawn this one, step 1, in step 2, what is the effect of B on whatever you draw in step 1? And the final one, okay, as you can guess, the effect of C on your graph. Okay, so step 1, effect of A, stretch. Step 2, after you draw this one, what does B do? Compress, whatever, okay, this way. And after you do that, the last one, what does C do? Whatever you have, it either move up or move down. And if you notice, okay, you have to draw 3 different graphs before you arrive at the final graph. So a lot of graphs to be drawn, but these are step by step. Once you have already mastered the step, once you can imagine in your mind, you don't need to do all 3. You can imagine in your mind and then you cut and paste into the whiteboard or into your paper. Okay? So I will demonstrate using an example right after this. Oh, welcome back. Okay, now I will demonstrate using an example. So let's say I want to draw this 2 sine 2x plus 1 for x between 0 and 360 degrees. Okay? Now, just now I told you that there are 3 steps. Okay? But let me just add on now. Let's add step 0, the very first step. Okay, step 0. Okay, step 0. Since we are drawing sine graph, so why not? Okay, we begin with step 0. Draw the most basic sine graph. So draw sine x from 0 to 360. Now, this one is the most basic sine graph. I hope you know how to draw the most basic one. All the angles are here, 1 and minus 1. Okay, so after you draw the basic sine graph, okay, which I label as step 0, then we go to our official step 1. Okay, I'll use red color. What was step 1? The effect of A on our graph. So for step 1, okay, I'll write here. Okay, we draw y equals to, okay, the effect of A. So 2 sine x first. Okay, not 2 sine 2x. We focus on A, B and C one at a time. So we focus on A first. So the pretend that 2 is not there yet. So we draw 2 sine x first. Now tell me, if this was sine x, how does 2 sine x look like? Remember, it's a vertical stretch. Only a stretch. Everything, all the x values remain the same. The only change when you do a stretching is the y value. So, the 1 will become 2. The minus 1 become minus 2. That's the only change. So, this is 2 sine x. Okay? That's why we begin with the most basic one. And then for step 1, okay, just change these two numbers, 2 and minus 2. That's all. Okay? Okay, now let's proceed to the other step. Okay, now we draw, okay, step 2, y equals to 2 sine 2x. Over here, you already draw 2 sine x. This one, we are looking at the effect of the 2 inside the sine. Okay? So, what is the effect of these 2 on your graph here? Okay? What is the effect of these 2 here on your graph that you draw in step 1? Recall, the 2 inside the sine will compress it horizontally. Okay, this way. And what happens when you compress horizontally? All the y values remain the same, but all the x values will divide by whatever number here is. So all my x values divide by 2. Okay, I write in green for step 2. All my x values divide by 2. My y values no change. It is still 2 and minus 2. Okay? Remember, it's the effect of 2 on whatever you draw in step 1 here. So, let us redraw whatever we draw here. So, like I said, there's a lot of graph to be drawn before you reach your final graph. So, just redraw again everything. Okay? This time, this is 2. The lowest one is minus 2. Okay? So, this is 90 over 2. 90 over 2 is 45. This is 90. This is 135. And this is 180. So this is 2 sine 2x. Okay? So take it slow. What do we do? First we drew the sine x, the most basic one. And then we drew what happened when 2 is in front of sine x. So it became this. The red color changes. Then in step 2, we draw 2 sine 2x, but only look at what is the effect of these 2 here is. And we know these 2 will compress it. When you compress, all your x values divide by 2, while your y values remain as 2 and minus 2. Right? So take a moment before we go to our final step. Okay, now the final step. We are going to draw the effect of plus 1 to what we draw previously. Okay? Now, what does plus 1 do to your graph? As you all know, plus 1 will make our graph go up by 1. So, everything will move up by 1. Okay? You can redraw this and then draw such that everything moves up by 1, or you can do a shortcut. Okay? We just modify this graph. Okay? So, come, let's look. We know that everything moves up by 1. Okay? So, look. This is 2, right? The highest point. When this thing goes up by 1, the 2 must become 2 plus 1, 3. So, this 2 will become 3. Okay, I use blue color to represent the final change. Minus 2 goes up by 1. What does it become? Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So this becomes minus 1. Okay? Our axis of curve was the x-axis, or when y equals to 0. Okay? This was our axis of curve. Okay, let me use dotted line to represent our axis of curve. When our axis of curve, which was originally at 0, move up by 1. So it will go up by 1. So from 0, it will become 1. And this is no longer the x-axis, okay? So, almost there, almost there. What's missing? We are missing the x-axis, okay? How to draw the x-axis? The x-axis is when the y equals to 0. If this is 1, this is minus 1, 0 is in between. So our x-axis will be here. Alright? So this, okay, we're not there yet, but this is the final form for 2 sine 2x plus 1. But remember, all our angles we must label on the x-axis, okay, not on the axis of curve. So I need to put all the angles down. So this 45, yes, is this point, but it should be down here on x-axis. So our 45 is down here. Yeah. Our 90, yes, is this point, but bring it down to the x-axis. Okay. Our 135, yes, is here, but bring it to the x-axis. Okay. Bring it to the x-axis. And lastly, 180 is here. Bring it down to the x-axis. Okay. Tell me people, are we done? Do you think we are done here? Okay? Of course not. What's missing? I want this to be between 0 and 360. We only draw half of it. So what do? We draw another complete wave. So I'll make this longer. Okay? And I will make my new axis of curve also longer. Okay? Then let us draw another one. So it'll be like that, like that. Oh. It must be the same height. And like that. Okay. Now we need to label the special angles. Where are the special angles? Okay. Maybe this. Okay. Maybe I'll use astrophoto back. Okay. Later confused. So we stop here for 180. The next special angle is here. What's the value? Look at the pattern. 45, 90, 135. The gap is 45. So here will be 180 plus 45, which is 225. The next special point is this one. Okay, just follow. Okay, this one. What is the value on the x-axis? 225 plus 45, 270. The next special point here. 270 plus 45, 315. And lastly, the final special point is here. 315 plus 45 is 360, like what we wanted. And people, this is how you draw 2 sine 2x plus 1. Okay? If you are confused at certain parts, please rewatch the video again. Okay? I hope you understand. Okay. Let us look at some of the properties of this wave, okay? Where we combine all the 3 transformations in one graph. The first thing to ask will be, what is the amplitude? Alright? Recall the definition of amplitude. Amplitude is the distance from the highest point, okay? Let's say this one. The distance from the highest point to the axis of curve. For our graph, our axis of curve is here, the dotted blue line. So it's the distance from here to here. Or it can be from the lowest point to the axis of curve. And if you look at, the whole thing is actually 2. This one also 2. Okay? So our amplitude is 2. And how to know the amplitude without drawing? Look at your equation. This number here, this number will always be the amplitude. Okay? Next, what is the period? What is period? Period is the value of x where the curve repeats itself. Over here, you can see 2 complete sine waves, here and there. So it repeats every 180 degrees, which is in fact 360 over 2. And if you notice, these 2 came from here. Okay? So this number 2 in front of the sine x tells you the amplitude. This number inside the sine x will determine for you the period. Period is always 360 over something. It's always 360 over something. Over the number inside the function. What's left? Period, amplitude, and maybe what is the highest point, the largest y value, and the smallest y value? Over here, the largest y value is 3. But how to know that without looking at the graph? But by looking at the equation. Look at the equation. 3 came from 2 plus 1. Okay? 2 plus 1. That's where the 3 came from. So if let's say I give you the equation, I ask you what is the largest y value? You just take the amplitude, the number in front of sine, and then you plus whatever number here is. So plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. But be careful, amplitude is always positive. So if this was negative 2, the amplitude is still 2. Okay, we take the positive one. Recall, what does a negative number do to your graph? It flips. Okay, it flips. Okay, last one. The smallest y value. Okay, the smallest y value minus 1. How do you think I get minus 1 from the equation? Okay, remember, if this is 2, it tells me that 2 is high, minus 2 is low. Okay, so there's always like 2 numbers, the positive one and the negative one. We use the positive one to get the largest y value. So we use the negative one, the negative value, to get the smallest y value. So negative of 2 is negative 2 plus 1. And we get negative 1. Okay, these are just simple tricks that you can use to find out certain values. But most importantly, you need to know how to draw the graph. Right? Next, I'll show you a quick one, how to do a cosine graph. Okay, for the last part, I'll show you when we mix all the 3 set formations on our cosine graph. I'll do a very quick one. I will combine all the steps together. So remember, we started with step 0. We are drawing a cosine. So step 0 is draw the most basic cosine graph, cosine x. And this is how cosine x looks like. Okay? Next, the first thing is the effect of 2 on my graph. That is step 1. So step 1, For step 1, I'll use green color. So step 1, what is the effect of 2 on my graph? Stretch. Okay, so when it stretch, x values unchanged, but your y values must change. So 1 becomes 2, minus 1 becomes minus 2. That's all. Step 1. Step 2, the effect of these two on this graph. What is the effect of that two on my graph? Horizontal compression. Okay? So all my x values divide by 2. Y values no change. So everything divided by 2. So 90 divided by 2. 180 divided by 2. 270 divided by 2. 360 divided by 2. That's the second step. Last step, I'll use red. Minus 1. If plus 1 goes up, minus 1 go down. So everything needs to go down, okay? So, let me make this longer because we are going down, so I need to have space below here. Okay? Make sure you draw this in pencil. If it's in pen, you will cry. Okay. I need to bring everything down. Okay, everything has to go down. So, first off, 2 goes down by 1 becomes what? 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay? So this becomes 1. Minus 2 goes down by 1. Minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. My axis of curve was this one. The x-axis, which was 0. It also must go down by 1. 0 go down by 1 becomes minus 1. And this will no longer be our x-axis. So let's use dotted line, okay? And lastly, draw the x-axis. Okay, we must have an x-axis. So it's blank. Our x-axis is 0 when y is 0. So 0 is where? It's here, right? Between 1 and minus 1. So 0 must be here. So draw the x-axis and draw long. Make sure the line stand out. Oh yes. And label this 0. Okay? Before that, all the angles must be on the x-axis. So bring them up to the x-axis. Okay? This point is 45. So label it here. This is 45. Okay, 90 over 2 is 45. So this one you erase. This one, 180 over 2 is 90. So put here, 90. So erase this part. Over here, 270 over 2 is 135. So put the 135 there. So erase this. 360 over 2 is 180. So this is the point. So label here 180. Okay, are we done that? Of course not. I want it to live until 360. You only draw half. So continue drawing. Make sure your axis of curve make it longer. Make sure you copy and paste this thing here. Okay? Copy and paste there. Same height, same everything. So you draw something like that. Make sure the highest point is at 1, the lowest point is at minus 3. Okay, make sure it's level. Okay, I know it doesn't look like that. Okay, but this for me to show it. After that, you need to identify the special points. Okay. Now, if you're confused, where are the special points? Just look at your first curve. Okay, look at the one that I circled. So, one special point is here, one is here, one is here, and one is there. Look at the pattern. Here to here 45, then go to 90, go to 135. So the gap is 45. So, if this is 180, this one will be 180 plus 45, 225. So, here will be 225 plus 45, 270. Here will be 270 plus 45 is 315. And lastly, here will be 315 plus 45 is 360. And done. That is for cosine curve. Okay. Amplitude is 2. Betul tak? Correct or not? The distance from highest point to the axis of curve. What is the distance from 1 to minus 1? Is 2. Okay. Period. 360 over 2. 180. Correct. See, it repeats every 180 degrees. Highest point 1. 2 minus 1, 1. Lowest point, I take negative of this one. Negative 2, negative 1, negative 3. Alright, we are done, people. Please replay the video if you are confused, okay?